What's going on, guys? Today we're back again. We're recording, let's see, who is this? I don't remember. Oh, right, Zysora again. There we go. Sorry about that, forgot your name. He's going to be playing at 2800 SR. Not 100% sure what he's going to be playing, but it is on King's Row. We did a review on this guy in the past, so let's see what he has in store for us this time. Put it about right there. Okay, so awesome. Looks like he's playing Genji first. Genji always is a fun character to watch. Oh, he swapped to Pharah, also a fun character to watch. I know a little bit more about Pharah, so hopefully that'll be a little more assistant. Okay, waiting for spam. Good. Okay, so honestly, you're missing a lot of rockets here. You know, you could go for this Genji here. It's not a horrible idea, right? But honestly, I would just like let your Zarya deal with him. You know what I mean? Because you can't really fight Genjis too well. I don't think as Pharah. Like, sure you can sort of, but if you don't have like really good aim, it's gonna be like impossible for you to fight that Genji. You can, however, focus on their like Roadhog and stuff, and what that'll do is it'll force them to back up because you're pressuring them, and it'll leave that Genji here without any support. You know what I mean? So that the rest of your team can deal with them. So that's an easy way to still pressure the Genji, even if you don't have the best aim, and you know, get him to die. Okay, so now you guys have a pick. So you want to like take your Mercy and get in deep. Oh, nice shot. Oh, you almost hit that second one. Don't get too caught up in fighting Pharahs. Like, if you're just missing a ton of shots on Pharahs, then there's not really a need to go after him. Also, there's no need to drop down in melee here. You could just do splash damage. He's like on the ground, so. But like, see how like you're wasting all these rockets? You could just be shooting at this Roadhog and pressuring him. You know what I mean? And keeping him from getting picks. So don't get too caught up in fighting Pharah. Like, unless you're really good and you practice your Pharah versus Pharah, there's no need for you to do it. But, you know, yeah, see, like, this is something that you can do a little bit better. Oh, perfect. You're gonna get ult off that. Yep. Don't use your barrage here. So you can see, that's good. You saved your barrage here. Some people would not have saved their barrage, and the reason why you do want to save it is because, look, they're all, like, dying already. You know what I mean? You're gonna win this fight even without using it. So, that was a good grab by your Zarya. Whoa. Some video lag there. Alright, so you guys are gonna capture this without any problems, it seems. And you still have your barrage. Okay, not much going on yet. Let's go forward a little bit. Okay. So you're giving this Zarya a lot of energy, so you want to try to be a little bit more cautious with... That was almost a good boop. If he had used his dash, that would have been really good. He still completely didn't get any kills though, surprisingly. Alright, you don't have to use your ult here, okay? Oh, rip. Yeah. You're holding your ult really well. That's good. Like, whenever your team is getting picks, or you're like, or like 6v4, just save your ult. There's no need to like pop it and waste it, because then you'll have it for the next fight. Skip forward a little bit more, a little more. Yeah, okay. Alright, so now you're just spamming. Good stuff. Your Zarya's getting aggressive. You should take that as a sign that she's going to be looking for a grab soon, especially because she's high energy. So you want to be prepared to barrage. See how she's like really forward? That you should be like taking note in that case if she's going for a graviton. Okay, yeah, your team saves. Oh, she grabbed. That was a mistake on her end. You guys should have just taken the L there and like reset with all of your ults. So like here, you're probably not gonna win this fight unless you start getting picks. So you might as well just not use your ult unless you start like trading, and you save it. This seems really inefficient because you haven't gotten like an ult off, right? But like honestly, I don't think your decision making is bad. Like yes, you're not getting a lot of ults off, but at the same time, like the moment's not really presenting itself. You know what I mean? This fight though, you should try to look for a rocket barrage and just tell your Zarya to shield you. So like, if you have a mic, I still don't think you do in this VOD, but you should say, Zarya, I'm going for a barrage, shield me, right? And you should be like using it like, oh my gosh, that was almost. If you had gotten a little closer, you would have had that. You kind of wasted a little bit. What the fuck was that noise? You kind of wasted a little bit of time here. Did you guys hear that? I don't know what that noise was. That was weird. That must be what happens when you have the Korean version on or whatever. But see, if you had just like conked off of this or used your E off of that wall right there, you could have closed distance, right? And you could have gotten your ult off. And it probably would have been good. Again, you should be telling your Zarya to shield you, but you could have used your concussion blast off of this wall, like turn and kind of face it this way, right? How my cursor is. And it would have propelled you over them, in which you would have been able to rocket barrage while also getting your shield. Sorry for my dog, by the way. But yeah. And he lands a headshot on you, I think, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Your team's still fighting. Aimbot's gonna be out. And down one. So yeah, coordinating with your Zarya is key in this case because you need that Zarya shield in order to get a good ult. Oh man, you shouldn't have done it on the ground there. You should try. I don't really know if there was an angle to do. Actually, you know what you should have done here? This would have really separated you, in my opinion, as like a genius Pharah player, right? You see that ult coming, you should have conked the door right here. Like, used your E on that door. Because then these like, you would have knocked two people back and you would have forced them to die to that ult. Which would have been really, really awesome. Like a really epic play, in my opinion. They would have rezzed afterwards, but that would have been like a brainiac play right there. I like using my concussion. Oh my gosh, those are good shots. Oh, those are good shots too. Nice. But yeah, use your concussion grenade to like when people are hiding from D.Va ult to knock them back into it. Blast her off the edge. Oh. Man, Korean soldiers sound strange. Okay, so here, you know, you're like, you're playing at the proper distance and everything. I just think you need to work on your rocket aim. But you're playing that correctly. Okay, you're gonna have your barrage in this next fight, so you should get a good barrage off. That was a little better. Try to do it like above them instead of like that was like close to the ground enough to where you got the burst damage, right? But you should try to do it like on this wall right here, like above them, you know? That way they have to look straight up to shoot you. It makes it a little harder. But you still got 2 kills off of that, so that was good. Also, sorry if this isn't Korean voice lines. I don't speak any Asian languages, so I don't mean to sound racist or anything. Oh, you got this. You're gonna carry right here. You're doing epic damage. But you're getting caught up with the Pharah. But you might actually be able to kill her. Melee. Man, she's getting healed by Lucio. This is pretty good. You should go for their damage dealer though. Their soldier. Wherever he is. Yeah. So, you spent a lot of your time on Pharah, focusing their Pharah and missing a bunch of shots. That's not bad if you have the aim for it, right? Like, if you watch someone like, I don't know really good Pharahs, okay? I know Shadowburn's a pretty good Pharah, right? If you watch him, he like hits a lot of his air shots, so he can spend his time focusing Pharahs down. But if you don't have the aim, you shouldn't be like focusing the Pharah. You should just be pressuring the soldier and pressuring like the Winston and the Hanzo, right? Like you can pressure these three people and still leave it up to your team to deal with the Pharah, you know? The way you practice fighting Pharahs is probably just like, I don't really know. It's hard to like guarantee you'll play against a Pharah, but you know, you should be practicing your rocket aim just by playing like a lot of Pharah on quick play and stuff. And eventually you'll get to the point where it's like, you know when you can start focusing Pharah whenever, you know, like you'll know in your mind that like my aim is good enough and I'm confident enough that I can hit a Pharah with like every air shot. So honestly, I would stick on the Pharah. You're doing a lot of work, but Mccree would be good too. Alright, I'm really excited to see this. Mccree is like my favorite character, so playing back here as Mccree isn't a good idea because your damage fall off will be really extreme and you won't be in range to land flashbangs. So you want to play on the ground floor. And they have a Widow, so you know you're gonna wanna drop down. See, like, look how much damage you did. That's like pitiful, you know what I mean? Because of the damage fall off. If you were playing on this corner right here and you would hit that shot, she'd be like here by now, you know what I mean? You would have done like triple the damage you did right there. Because Mccree's damage fall off is so crazy. Ooh, a good headshot. Careful going off on your own because Mccree doesn't have any self-heal or like self-sustain. So you have to like be ready for that. Okay, relax your aim a little bit more. You kind of were like freaking out. I think it's just because there was a lot of information there. Good. Man. Rip. Okay, you're gonna get rezzed here. So that was good. You went to the point after hearing the res call. Just, she's freaking out for no reason. She should be like okay with pretty much solo res. Nice. You're good at least landing the headshots after the flash, which is a pretty important trait to have as soldier. Okay, she needs to calm down. You need to tell her, like, just relax. Yeah, she needs to relax, but that's okay. See, you don't want to do what she did, right? Yes, they made a mistake. What? Yes, they made a mistake before, right? But you don't want to like. You don't want to tilt your team because of that mistake. You know what I mean? Because then they're just gonna play worse and make more mistakes. So, never do that. I'm surprised that Widow didn't hear you. You still killed her though, so that's good. But they're gonna know where you are. Oh man. You know what you should have done? You should, so when you go for a high noon, right, the most important thing is you keep track of everyone's abilities, right? So what you should be taking note of is what can stop you from up here, okay? Sleep Dart, Helix Rocket. Okay, those are the two things that can stop you while you're up here, right? I think I heard the Sleep Dart when you were up here. Yeah, so you heard that Sleep Dart right before you did it. What you should have done, you should have shot this soldier and like shoulder peeked a little bit. See if you can get his his Helix Rocket out of him, and then maybe you could have high nooned here. But honestly, you were weak, so I don't even know if I would have bothered with this high noon. Because, yeah, like, you just get Helix Rocket one shot. You know what you could have done as well? You could have told your diva you were gonna high noon from the window, so she needs to just, like, shift, like, use her shift up to you and defense matrix you, and you could have, like, wiped them there. Like, but that's a thing where you gotta coordinate. You gotta tell diva, like, I'm gonna high noon from the window, shift past them and defense matrix me, and then you could have high nooned and she would have, like, protected you. That's another thing you could have done in that situation. But yeah, you always gotta be aware of what can kill you whenever you high noon, because it's really hard to get a good high noon off unless you have, like, a team to back you up in one way or another, especially if you go from the flank, because there's just so many ways to kill a Mccree quickly. And this is pre-buff Mccree too, which is even worse. Your aim's okay on Mccree, and it could improve it some, but it's not bad. Well, like, what is that noise? What is that voice line? That's hilarious. Okay, good. You dodged the Helix Rock. You need to spend more time spamming. You're playing, like, way too far back on Mccree. Like, from over here, you're not gonna be able to do anything. It's perfectly fine to play on the ground floor as Mccree, right? Like, when you play, like, Soldier and, like, stuff like that, like other DPSs, like, they can usually play far back and still be effective. Mccree, you gotta get your hands dirty, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be in the fight and, like, just trying to destroy things before they can kill you, you know what I mean? So also, go for more headshots. Headshots are really important on Mccree. When you're fighting Pharah, I mean, if you get a consistent 3-shot, it doesn't matter as much, but, like, you want to be able to, like, headshot, like, tanks all the time, you know? Okay, they used 3 ults here, alright? So this is perfectly fine. This is an okay fight for you guys to lose. Honestly, your Mercy should have been hiding, because then she could have came in for that res and they would have wasted all 3 of their ults, but it's okay. It's not about her, it's about you. My god, that point is so close. You guys are actually about to win this, aren't you? Oh man, you raped that Zarya. That was good. So, if you... with the timing, you can actually manage to land 2 headshots on Mccree if you aim in the exact same spot. You kind of, like, wiggled your mouse a little bit, right? But, you know, that's, like, minor, you know? If you really focus in, you can actually land 2 shots on a flashbang target. So just keep that in mind, right? Yeah. I don't know. That's just a me thing, I guess. It's just something to keep in mind. There's not really, like, you didn't really do anything wrong in that situation. Also, you can flash over and under Genji's reflect. So work on like practicing and, like, hitting that flashbang. So that's a pretty important one, because you can usually get the Genji to die if you do that. So, like, in your situation, I would aim right here and flashbang that, because, which is sort of what you did, yeah. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, right? Just practice your flashbang aim. You did aim right where I said, so that was good. But just something to keep in mind. I don't know why I went back. You need to spam. Well, you have high noon, so, you know. But it's more about doing pressure at this point, you know what I mean? Going for the flank high noon is not always the best idea, because if you put bodies between the enemy and you, you'll usually get a better high noon off. If you, like, high noon from, like, this window over here, you're an easier target, you know what I mean? But if you're high nooning from just, like, behind all your team, you're a way harder target to hit. But at the same time, you're not going to get as many locks, perhaps. Oh man, if you had hit that, whatever, you still kill him, no point. doing pretty well. You want to improve your weapon accuracy, because Mccree is really effective if you can get your accuracy up into the like 50% area. That's when he becomes like a godly DPS, because you can like punish everything at that point because your aim is so good, you know what I mean? So really grind out Mccree aim, and that'll help you out. Also, you don't want to fight Genji like this, because if you think about it, right, again, minor thing, but if you think about it, like, if you fight him in this hallway, there's only like so much wiggle room he has, you know what I mean? And if he dashes through you, it'll be way easier to predict exactly where he's gonna be at, you know? So he reflects and you back up over here and you try to fight him like this. He has a lot of wiggle room and like juke potential, you know what I mean? So if he was like a good Genji, he could have actually fucked you up in that position. Okay, that was good enough. You killed a nano target. Your Mercy should have been hiding, just so you could get a res off. You need to chill out. You have to really be careful with tilting, okay? If you start tilting, you're gonna play worse. And if you tilt your teammates, they're gonna play worse. So, you can get upset with your team, it'll happen, but try to keep it on the down low, you know what I mean? Just like, see, like now you're making your Zarya upset, now he's gonna play worse, okay? So just like relax, you know? That Pharah should die. Ooh, yeah. Massive. Absolutely massive. She's gonna go up and around. Oh, man. Nice.
That's gonna take him longer to group back up. Guys, quit overextending, please.
Again, your Mercy doesn't really know what she's talking about here. You guys have 2 picks. You should be, like, pushing them back to spawn, man. Like, especially use Mccree, right? Like, their Genji's dead, their Pharah's dead. You know what I mean? All that's left to contest you is Soldier. And if you're playing close enough, you can actually end up beating Soldier in the 1v1. Unless he lands a Helix rocket on you. So I'll even go as far to say that you should be beating Soldier. Like, you're playing too far back again. Like, Mccree can actually play in the middle of all these guys, and people will protect you, and you'll be able to, like, do way more damage. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to get aggressive on Mccree, as long as you tell your team to back you up. But hopefully they should be able to back you up anyway. Just, yeah, like how you just fanned the hammer right there. You just that was funny. Good high noon, yes. Just take it. Oh man. Oh, okay. Wow, the RNG really was friendly to you there. Oh, nice. Keep it up. Aim for the Pharah next and then get the Soldier. Or, yeah, there you go. You killed him. Now you need to kill the Pharah. Oh. You're doing really good on this fight. But, like, you see how, like, if you look at the range that you're playing at, like, look how much you're doing. Like, how much work you're doing, right? So, it all starts, like, right here, okay? Like, close to the Genji, okay? You flash him, fan the hammer him. Kind of lucky, but that's okay. But, like, once you start getting in, like this, look, you kill her. Look how much damage you do, right? Sweet. Like, look at that. You kill him too, and then if you stay in with your Mercy healing you're gonna be able to kill that Soldier too. You missed your shots on that Lucio, but you could have killed him if you had hit him. you need to. Yeah, you're missing your shots there, but that's okay.
I could have really used a bubble, man.
God, your Mercy is actually so annoying. Sorry. But see, if I was playing with this Mercy, I would just be, you know, saying this to myself, or I'd be duo queuing and saying it to my partner. So, you know.
Go, go, go.
But yeah, she has res, so you should be fighting on point.
Go, 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 go.
She needs to just res this. She needs to res this. There we go. Alright, so now, dude, that would have been like the most massive flashbang of your entire life if you had hit that. You guys are gonna win this, it looks like, though, because you have pick. You die. You know what you should do? You should come up May in this situation, because she can do a similar job, pretty much the same job as Mccree, but she's better at stalling. So, yeah. That's what I would do in this situation. But Tracer's also a good pick in case you want to get back there fast. But the thing is, you know your team is like actually winning this fight even when you die. So coming up May, even though you're slightly slower, is fine. If it was just like one person on the cart left, then I would come up Tracer so you can get there quickly. But you know, having a May here really makes it so that you can like single targets out way easier and stop them from stalling for super long.
And thank you for getting on point.
Alright, well, yeah, that was a pretty fun match to watch. Maybe just because I don't get a lot of Mccree demos, or VODs. But, yeah, overall, I think that you performed well. You want to try to shoot for 50% accuracy. That's the goal I'm going to set for you on Mccree, okay? I want you to practice your Mccree accuracy. You know what? Let me show you something that actually might work for you real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and swap scenes here so you can see. Hopefully this works. It is just a black screen right now, so give it a second. Is that working? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. I don't use OBS much, so sorry. But honestly, what you can do is, and you can do this for warm-up too, but yeah, you go to the practice range, select your Mccree, right? And what I want you to do is, starting from spawn, you go all the way through the map. My frames are low because I'm recording this in OBS and not Shadowplay, so sorry if my aim's a little off. But you go starting from spawn, you kill these two bots without missing, right? You go all the way through, you kill that bot when he's alive, you kill that bot, and you do this all headshots and focus on not missing, right? And eventually you'll get to the point where you can kill every bot throughout the map quickly without missing. See, I'm like missing all my shots now. But yeah, don't focus on speed, focus on just hitting every headshot first. You know what I mean? And then you just go back to the map and do it again. Do this like 4 or 5 times, and once you get to like consistently doing it quick, also I haven't played today, so but yeah, once you get to consistently doing that quickly, you'll notice that your Mccree aim starts to slightly get better. So yeah, you just start from spawn, kill him if he pops up, roll through. That kid's gonna respawn soon or not, so I'm just gonna kill him, come through, kill him, reload. I missed, so I'll have to restart, but you get the idea, right? You can go through. This is usually how I warm up. Aside from that, just grind out Mccree, play lots of quick play, and yeah, that'll improve your aim. But that's about it. Hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate watching it. If you have any questions, please ask me, and you can always send me more VODs. Alright, bye guys.